What's up, homos?
What's going on?
I was talking to the panel. Hail the chat. Hail the chat.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody this evening, man. We're just chilling here. We got Makini, our boy. We've got Steven. We have Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective in the house.
He's a jerk.
I would just like to throw a correction out there, Drew. You know, when you announce Steven, you don't announce him as Steven. You announce him as the Astorian or the Tree Storian. There are no substitutes.
You see what I mean?
So I thought it was like Prince, the artist formerly known as Steven.
He just has a squirrely branch symbol for his name now.
What a bunch of dicks. Hail the chat. Fuck this panel. What's up, Drew?
What's going on, buddy?
I just wanted to say this has been my Facebook for the last couple of days, and I'm really enjoying it.
Oh,
Really
man.
enjoying all the Torettos that are going down right now.
Yeah. Well, we got definitely a lot of Toretto flavor going around the internet. Yeah,
I'm looking around. Yeah, these memes are great. I can't. I'm trying to. Here we go. Here's another one. Look, man.
What exactly started all this?
Another Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah.
Oh, how much I pay attention to
I
what's
mean,
coming out.
it's just crazy. Like the Fast and the Furious movie that's out now. Like some of the stunts. Because you know how they try to one-up themselves every movie.
Class.
So
World Class has better ones. Hold on.
Some of the stunts that they have in this movie are absolutely insane. So and they're so beyond logic, it's not even funny. So when you watch this, like you seriously, this is a movie where you have to suspend disbelief because otherwise
Get out.
It's gonna be eye rolling like crazy. But let's welcome in the chat. By the way, I got to shout out everybody. Mercale, Emperor Corruption, Keely Chow, hail to you. Daniel H.C. John, great to see you. Clown World Review, Sam, and of course Nick, both the McCabe brothers. They have
both of them are here.
Well, no, Sam is, but
okay,
I just wanted to say it.
Too much baby face.
I saw recently that they combined their channel.
Yep, they're now officially just the McCabe's. Yeah.
So
fucking Voltron now.
So props to the McCabe boys.
Hell those guys.
Good to see them doing stuff, making moves. Horny Elf. Great to see you.
Tommy, can we get a retro review of Horny Elf? Can we get that?
That's going to take a little bit of digging, and I'm probably going to need you to do all the ass work on that.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Jack of all casuals. Great to see you, my friend. Soul Assassin. That's right. Soul Assassin for family.
For family.
Yeah.
Family.
Hail Poe. Great to see you.
Oh, he's talking about the one for Frodo. Oh, yeah. That's Lord of the Rings.
Darius Munchausen's in the house. Oh man, so it's great to see everybody. And Keck 44, howdy to you, my friend. So we got and Wook's up in here. Hey Wook.
What up, Wookie?
Hey Wookie.
Yeah, put that up for us, here, Drew.
All right.
Look, it's just everybody. I have seen Toretto memed everywhere, and it's been beautiful. The one that he was talking about was for family was the Lord of the Rings when Aragorn is like charging into the orcs, the last of the orcs. It's Toretto's driving through for family. That's great. Yeah, so
Man,
far.
Yeah, people came up with some great memes for that.
People are killing it right now. There's so many. Oh, here we go. That wasn't that funny.
I
agree
with that. I actually do agree with that. That's
Yep.
Oh dogs are family. Yeah, World Class so far
Hail
has
Nigel.
the best ones I've seen so far on Facebook. But oh, here we go.
That's good. That's good.
Jeremy Toretto.
That's a good one.
That's
Oh, that's a
fucking
good
gold.
That's gold.
That's a gold. That's gold right there. It needs to suspend my belief that Prince Adam is grandson of King Grayskull.
Oh, that's right. King
What?
Grayskull's
Wait,
been
what?
race swapped. King Grayskull was race swapped.
Yeah.
Young
Yeah.
Ripper made a video about it. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What did Ripper? I know Ripper was like, "Will you please stop race swapping shit?" I know he.
No,
was awful.
it's not like, will you please stop race swap? It is, you keep proving him right.
Well,
I mean, that's the funny thing, though. Every time they do these race swaps, and 90% of those movies where they do the race swaps in, they fail, and they fail miserably. You take one movie, and I think a lot of people miss it. There was a race swap in that. Is when you go back to that Spawn movie that they did all those years ago with John Leguizamo and God, who was that other guy? White, I think, was in it.
No,
Yeah.
I know you. Yeah, that was a great movie. I know what you're talking about. Spawn was an awesome movie.
I hated that movie.
Really?
I hated it.
Okay. Listen,
And you know what? And
the
the race swap in there just irritated me. And
Okay,
the race
look,
swap was Martin Sheen, because
Martin Sheen was a race swap. That was a black guy.
Ren was not a white guy. He was Asian. Because he descended from the Mongols, and he supposedly traced his lineage back to Genghis Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Michael, dude, guys, Michael
J. White. Yeah.
Michael J. White, yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
That dude. Again, he's one that is actually martial arts trained. That's a badass right there.
Yabba dabba.
Bear.
How's it going?
There's a bear sighting on Tuesday.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
And this early?
Sure. Yeah. Things have been known to happen. Yeah.
I guess.
So how do I sound? I got a new external sound card.
Yeah, not bad, buddy.
I didn't. Apparently, it came with a monitor volume level, and I turned my computer on, and it's like, why the hell am I hearing myself? And it came with some software. Of course, they sent me a disc for the software, and I'm like, well, this thing don't have it. Most newer laptops, they don't come with DVD ROMs or CD ROMs, And so I just went to the website and
Talks. Poor assholes in a bear now. Oh,
this is from
God.
ETEP. He shared this. Listen, guys, if y'all are not following Pete on Facebook, you are missing out. He is wrecking house every day. Memes, all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, man. That's great.
Oh yeah. I follow both.
Hey,
yeah, he has two accounts. Yeah.
Hail to Tina Bochin. Great to see you, Tina.
Hail.
Jack of all casuals. Great to see you, my friend.
What up? What up?
All right.
What's up? Final.
A wildfowl nether region has appeared.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hello there. Hello.
Oh man, that's
Enter.
That's gonna start drawing you.
Nether regions.
Hey, Final. Since you had suggested that tweet about Masters of the Universe, you want to go ahead and bring that up, and we'll talk about that first.
Before we do that, can you share my screen one more time? This one's it hits me in a soft spot. He says, Disney, you can't kill your dad when you have family.
Oh man. Hail Nancy,
those are
what's
so
up,
good.
V-Star?
Hail to Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Toretto's
All these
saving the
great
wall.
memes. Yeah,
is.
Toretto. Single-handedly saving them every movie.
It's not an alien. It's a Nephilim.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So for short, do we call them aliens?
Nephilims.
Nice fair.
Are we supposed to be upset about something? I'm gonna keep bringing these memes up intermittently so we can laugh now.
Yeah, it's good, but as soon as final,
Yeah, just put it on him. He just got in here. Are you kidding?
we're
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet.
I don't even know where I'm at.
Final
What
stuff.
show is this?
Let's go.
Bears here. He's totally confused.
Oh boy. Yeah. What is this, Saturday night?
Right.
All right. Let me try to share this here.
Yeah, I went and had a beer and played some darts on Saturday. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
You drank some darts and played a beer.
You could come on Rogue Entertainment, man. On Saturday streams, man.
Mac is mad. I slept through it. I'm such a dick.
And I'm like, you know what? I get final gets a pass because he's got to work on that day. So what is y'all excuse?
I had none.
There you go. Hail to everyone in the chat.
Okay,
You guys saying hi. Hail to you guys. Okay, so this is it. So I saw Anna's tweet here, and I'm so skeptical, as we should be, about anything coming out of Hollywood. But the Masters of the Universe thing, that was my number one when I was a kid. It was like He-Man and Voltron were like my two favorite cartoons when I was little growing up. And to see this coming back, you want to be excited, but yet it's just you can't be. And Kevin Smith, I mean, he's been all over the board, right? We don't know if I don't really trust him at this point. I loved his movies back in the 90s. They were great,
That was a different Kevin Smith, though.
Yeah, it was. It was like pre-heart attack, pre-kid, pre-marriage, pre-Hollywood, getting a hold on him. And now
right.
he's,
here's the thing. I mean, this is a little unknown fact. The original Kevin Smith died because he was trying to put his mouth on his own penis, and this is the Kevin Smith that we got now.
This is the replacement Kevin Smith.
They're replacing him with a clone.
Yeah, the clone Smith.
It's a death by shaft.
Got a voice too there. So this Netflix is coming out at the end of the month here. So Anna put this on, and I was like, oh, let me follow the trail. You go down the rabbit hole on Twitter to see where you end up. And it turns out that this was on I think it was a Facebook group. Yeah, it was a Facebook group. And they're changing He-Man's the King, Grayskull, King of Grayskull. They're switching him. They're race swapping him to a black guy, from a white guy.
Okay.
And I mean, as they do with Hollywood these days, and it's like, okay, well, let's see what they're saying here. So this Tim Bland, who I wish ETEP was on, because ETEP actually knows this guy from some of the chat boards. He's familiar with him.
Oh.
So he's a good guy. He is, as you can see, he is black himself. So he's making his point.
Final.
Well, hey,
originally, I was going to say originally, I don't remember them ever saying his last name was Grayskull because they always referred to him as King Randolph.
Hey,
yeah,
right.
King Randolph. Right. I don't remember that either.
They have to have their shaming ceremonies to serve their masters.
I know they do. Yeah, they do. They have to show that they're subordinate.
All right. So what does black guy say that ETEP knows?
So he said, I prefer, ugh, first of all, tired of this thing. I prefer making a new unique black character than race swapping original white characters, right? Instead of wearing your own shirt, you're getting a hand-me-down shirt from someone else. And I made this point all along, right?
Brilliant
it's disrespectful to those, to the group that you're trying to pander to, because you're not respecting them. You're just throwing a new label over something that's already pre-used.
I don't
something
know.
that's pre-loved.
I kind of want a White Panther.
Hey,
You know what?
it's sort of like this. You get invited to a party. You knock on the door, you open it, and they smack you and then douse you in hot water and then tell you to get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
this is exactly what happens when you give Kevin Smith some money to go do even do a project with just his name pretty much on the title. Because from everything I understand, he really doesn't have anything to do with actually writing the scripts or anything like this. But when you give him the keys to it and you send him to the Goodwill, this is what you get.
Send him to the Goodwill. Yeah, I mean, well said. Well said. It's just
Mac,
he's slapping
are
his
you
name on it.
familiar with He-Man? Like, have you? I guess you're younger than us. So did you even
No,
watch it?
and I'm not a child of the '80s. Like,
Okay.
if I can recollect, the only real '80s show that I actually did watch growing up was Thundercats.
Dig that. Yeah,
Mhm.
Fun
Yeah.
Thundercats is badass.
So
You
that's
might
why-
like
They'll
that's
ruin
why
that one
Roar-
next.
That's why no, they did that with Roar.
Mac.
Remember?
I think you would like Voltron too. Check out
I did
Voltron.
watch bits of Voltron just because I grew up loving Power Rangers. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm very familiar with Voltron.
Yeah.
as well.
Gotcha.
And Transformers, of course. So
Yeah, see, I remember watching some of the shows that were actually before Voltron, like Star Blazers. I remember stuff like that.
Starblazers, yeah.
So
I
You're a
remember
little
Star
older.
Blazers. Yeah.
You're an older
So this
man.
is what Ted said. Ted's working on the project. He's one of the guys in Netflix, or not. I don't know if he's at Netflix, but he's working on the project with Kevin Smith. So he says, "Tim, I hear you, and that will indeed be a part of our story too. But a big hurdle when you're introducing a new character to a line of so many well-established characters is that they are bound to be outsiders and harder to accept as canon, at least for a while. Nobody gives a shit about Sir Laserlot, just made up some random name. We asked ourselves early on about the need for two giant white blonde dudes in the pantheon of Masters of the Universe. I mean, that's already a kind of racist statement, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
And honestly, it makes both characters less special in their iconography. I wish I could take credit for being the one that came up with the idea to make Grayskull black, but because now in history of all the champions of Grayskull, a black man has a role of prominence, as opposed to just being the guy with the clamps who's King Randor's bodyguard.
Is he going to be
He goes,
He-Man?
Huh?
Is he going to be He-Man if they inject flavor into him? Is he going to be He-Man?
Yeah, well, I see he's supposed to be, he's an ancestor, so that's weird too.
Will he be able to dance?
He-Man has a black ancestor. Yeah. He-Man's now a disco magician. Same thing with you guys have seen the meme, right? With like the disco, like the whole of Prince, when he's laughing and there's that rainbow meme behind him.
Oh my god, disco magician.
Disco magician, him and Orko. Same thing with Andrew. She was initially created to be a new character. Created as a new character. It was my idea. It was his idea. He's admitting this to dig into the lore and raise up a character to race swap a character. Is what he's saying. Who had a small appearance but a strong following. People have been wanting to see Teela and Andra fight side by side for a while, as opposed to creating a new character that could easily be rejected. Because God forbid you have any creativity. Honestly, do we really need to have two badass redheads? Oh, there's a little gingerphobia there. Master of the Universe had no women of color. And we saw an opportunity and took it. Why not give little black girls a hero that looks like them? Why not? Why not create a new one? So, and Anna made this great point. Well, first of all, I mean it's disrespectful, to you're basically saying, oh, we don't trust that we can make a minority character that enough people are going to like. We don't trust that. So we're not going to try that because it's not going to go over well. People aren't going to like it. Well, okay, that's racist. So we're just going to slap a label on something that people already like. So, but Anna made a great point here too. Like, look at Cobra Kai. Also interesting that one of your team told a fan that the characters are hard to accept the originals. They're not. Look at Cobra Kai or Aliens. Hence the virtue signaling changing. I mean, that's a great point because Cobra Kai, all diverse characters. They're all different backgrounds. There's Asian, there's Hispanic,
And the only time they bring it up is to make fun of
it.
it. You know what I mean? Like the only time they bring it up, final is to make fun of it or to make fun of woke culture or like they it's not who the character is. It's
right.
That's such a good show, and I'm glad you brought that up because it really does show how you can write diverse casts easily.
New cast, new cast in a lore that's loved. Karate Kid lore is loved as much as any other franchise of the '80s, and yet you have new characters that have been introduced in a compelling way, and it doesn't matter. They're all diverse backgrounds, but it all fits, it all works. And so this is just the prime example of everything wrong. This guy Ted. Prime example of everything wrong with Hollywood. They're lacking creativity. They're not really trusting. Like they're not really honoring minority characters. I mean, it's almost a backslap saying that, what was the last thing here? Why not give black girls a hero that looks like them? So you're going to teach black girls the hero. The only way that you're going to enjoy a hero is if we take something that's already liked and admired, this Andra character and change her color. Like, what? Would it be more respectful to black girls to create a new character that they could identify with and love?
Could the reason for that be as simple as this? Look, we're appropriating this character for anyone who might be racist and want to see that kind of like appropriation, and then at the same time creating a character that some girls might like, and then won't understand the tension or the argument being had, and just see a bunch of people being angry at the character being in such a way. I just think it's all about division. This isn't about unity. If it was about unity, then these creatives would be able to create their own types of characters. Like, okay, if you race or gender swap a character, right? I don't think that should be outside the realm of possibility, but it should be an event. It should be like, oh my God, is this going to work?
Yeah, it should be something like.
So basically,
my wife and I were talking about like an example. You know, she's like, because she's Filipino, you know, so she's like, I don't mind the race swap things. I was like, I don't either if it fits the story. If they're going to change, if it's a reimagining, you know, if you're going to do, because she said like, I don't mind like a Cinderella. You know, you can have like a different ethnicity. I said, yeah, if you want to make Cinderella, you know, if they want to make her black or Hispanic, have it, change everything. Have it like set in modern times. Have it set in Harlem, you know, or something that's a little that fits, where it's a new telling. You know, then it fits. Then you're respecting the culture, respecting everything. If you're just going to take,
I got an easy way to sum that up really quick. So you want to talk about reimagining something and being able to give something to somebody of a different color or a different ethnicity, so they can actually feel like they're, you know, represented. I guess in so many terms, there are so many ways to be said. Take the Wizard of Oz, for example, and take the Wiz. That is the strongest example of how you actually retell the story, tell it a little bit differently, while being able to inject people of different color in there, so somebody else might be able to accept it or to appreciate it more.
That's a perfect example.
Real quick, I'm sorry, while you guys are talking, while we're talking about diversity, Drew, could you share my screen? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, geez, here we go again.
Well, we were talking about diversity. I just wanted to say, oh no, this is a good representation, I think.
That's great.
This is how you do diversity, right?
Man, thank God for Vin Diesel.
Oh man,
I am Groot.
Yeah,
anyway,
sorry.
You know,
that's
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'd say that's the deal. You know, that this is coming from a guy that worked there. And another thing is, I forget, someone else in the comments was like, "Oh, no, it's ETAP in our chat. I wish he was here." God, ETAP made a great comment saying like, here you have a white guy telling a black guy, you know, about race swapping and telling him how he's wrong. You know, you've got the white savior telling the black guy who's saying, hey, this isn't right. No, you're wrong. No, what we're doing is right. You're wrong. You know, you need this. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? You know,
I am so tired of these arguments. I really am. When something like this happens, we should be able to look at the creativity of it and go, let's see if it's work. Let's see if it works. You know, because in some instances, race or gender swapping does work, but you know, we've gotten beaten over the head with people who are just projecting it in a certain way or doing it for a certain reason, and it's usually a socio-political reason. It takes there's no fun, you know, and I feel like that's the problem, is that we have too many of these
projectile signifying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's not hard to see if it's genuine and they're doing it because they actually believe it helps the character, it helps the story. You can tell right away, or they're just doing it because, you know, like in this case, they just wanted to have they didn't need another white hair or a white blonde haired guy. They didn't need another redhead female.
Problem with that.
That's identity politics. That's just slapping. You don't care about the story. You don't care about the characters. You're doing it for a political purpose, you know, or a social purpose.
Okay,
that's
but you know what?
That's where it's blatant, obvious, and disrespectful to everybody. Right. You know, to the creator of He-Man, the artist who came up with the drawings, the writer of the stories, to white people and to black people. You know, it's disrespectful for because you don't care. You're just doing it to try to appease someone and check a box, and it's apparent.
It's not like you can just do it in another era. Make a whole new group. You could totally do that. I don't care.
Do a reimagining and it works. Put in the time, put in a time, honor the culture that you're going to swap to. Right. Fine, that's different. It's a reimagining. I've seen, we've seen examples of that and it works, but this is not one of them. Yes. This is the bad side of it.
The very thing that we review on Thursdays, Battlestar did it perfect. Reimagine.
Right.
Boom. And it worked.
No disrespect to the original, and as a matter of fact, they
honored the original.
They honored the original, right? They would throw in a little bit of music cue or something relevant to the original series without stealing it, without perverting it. It was just thrown there as an honor mention. I really love the way Battlestar did that.
Yeah,
Done.
there was a meme that Jack of All Casuals was talking about. So I think he posted this in my Discord. So I got to show this.
That's so good. I am your
Oh, that's
father's
awesome.
brother's nephew's cousin's brother.
That's great. That is awesome.
Oh god!
Oh, here, put mine up there. So that was a
Man,
good one.
I can't
too.
get
That was-
enough of these.
Yeah, I mean, we could just cover this all night if we could find it.
Yeah.
So he goes, girls might not have room for you, but there's always room for family. Poor Jack. Jack can live. He's driving the Toretto driving on the ocean. That's fucking awesome.
Oh man, these are great, dude.
Guys, I'm
Did you
getting
guys see
the
that
best
John Cena weird whatever the heck he was doing there?
Oh, that promotional thing for
Was it promotional? Yeah, I don't even know what it was.
Is this when
Oh,
it like dance
man.
with the rainbow
Sad.
background or some crap? Is it?
No, he's like eating some Chinese, like it looks like he's putting like some kind of sauce on something he's eating.
Oh man,
And he's like chanting some Chinese phrase. I don't know what the phrase is, it's in
Oh,
Mandarin,
my
but
God.
he's chanting it over and over again with like a big smile on his face. It's just it's weird. I don't know. It's weird.
That sounds weird.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cena. Hey, Cena. Taiwan's a country. You don't need to apologize for that.
well, China John, he's got that whole saying, Chinese loyalty, respect, and hustle. So
There you go, Drew. Says, hey, you people serious watching porno by yourself? Nah, with family.
Oh, that just sounds wrong.
Oh, that's great. Jesus. So, I gotta find this on my Twitter, but I definitely need to talk about this because there was something that
No. I'm sorry. While you're finding that, just put this up and we gotta talk about it.
okay.
Please, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. This is like I was saying, Chewy. You don't need anyone else when you got family.
I seen that one. I seen that one. There's another panel to that one in Blow. I think there was 3 panels to that particular one there.
That's the only one I
So,
saw.
so did you guys see that there was like a small article, and I don't know if it's a real or not, but somebody was saying that there was like a porno comic where it's Chewie and Ray.
Oh god.
No.
I think I remember
Oh,
seeing
yes.
something- I think
That was
I saw
kinda
something
hot.
The other day, I think I saw like a tweet about that the other day or something like that.
Whoever drew Daisy like that, I don't even care if she's hugging on a Wookiee. That was hot. Please. Please, you can send those pictures to Stevie. Stevie, yeah, I like me some Daisy Rid. Ray's hot. Daisy really hot. I'm sorry. It's what it is. Crap character.
All right. So,
Hey, there's a chat for that. You know what I'm talking about.
so we
Hail Parrot Head. Hail.
hail Parrot Ed, yes.
Hell,
All right, this next subject we're gonna talk about. We're gonna shift over to some current events. This happened today. This was directly from the press secretary, and I'm not gonna play the clip because she annoys me, folks. She really annoys me. I hate
It
it.
annoys the whole world.
Yeah, I
You know what,
hate.
Drew, we
she
could
annoys herself.
we could always circle back around to it.
Yeah, we can circle
Yeah.
back. But no,
That'll live in infamy.
but what
can circle around back to it.
But what she was talking about is they are thinking about a plan to go door to door to all the unvaccinated Americans. Number one, I don't know how you do this without overreach of people's privacy. Number two, yeah, please try coming to my door like that because you will get the barrel of a 9mm in your face.
Or my dick.
Put up
I mean,
trespassing signs as well.
Are you
Make
giving
sure you
out
got
free
no
blowjobs?
trespassing signs up.
I mean, that is just the audacity of these people, and this is, and we've talked about this, folks. I've talked about this on multiple live streams. that they are eventually going to come and twist your arm to get vaccinated, and here they are doing it.
You know what they're going to do? I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to do, Drew. You thought it was bad before when you had these people coming around. Hey, do you believe in the Lord, God, Savior? You know, the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Witnesses.
This is going to be this is going to be their
Vaccinated
version
witnesses.
of the Jehovah's Witnesses. The
Vaccinated witnesses. Have we had a chance to tell you about our Savior, the vaccine?
Yes.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that? Yeah, I could totally see that happening.
Well,
Man, that's no. There's no way. Do you think they're going to organize that? First off, they're only going to do it in like liberal neighborhoods. I guarantee you that, right? Where people will give them good press. Because I mean, no, that's you know.
Well, there's all kind of
in
things.
10 years, nobody can have kids.
There's all kind of things wrong with this, Stephen. Number one, you know, you're talking about putting Americans on a list, and then number two,
Nuremberg codes violates it.
Yeah, it does. A lot of what they do violates it. Bear, you think they care? They still.
They should, because they're working on it right now. You know, 1,000 lawyers and 10,000 doctors. You know,
but
they're working.
But this is very scary because number one, most of us don't know what the hell is in these vaccines.
Well, nobody needs a vaccine if you got family.
Yeah. but the thing is, the reason I haven't personally gotten vaxxed is I don't trust it, and they can throw anything in there. And the fact is, you know, those of us that are awake and that kind of you know, can put together a pretty good picture of what's going on. Listen, we know the fact that they've slipped mercury and all kind of harmful things into vaccines,
heavy metals,
into vaccines for decades. Okay, so they're not the greatest from the jump, but there are certain ones that you need to survive. But this is on a whole nother level. Okay, and this is, and for them to talk about, like, you know, essentially forcibly making people get the vax by going, you know, to their home. No, that's crossing the line.
Well, as soon as they come to your door, just open the door and just start coughing a lot.
I'm not gonna. I just look. By the end of this, we're gonna have a small minority population of people with this still wear their masks and are worried about everything, and they were the germaphobes to begin with. You know,
well, that's what they want, Stephen. This is all. This goes back. This goes back to the population control agenda. They want that.
Or were they going to drive up to your home in the Vaxmobile and, you know, have like a, you know,
you know what, Final, and you would have gotten away with not getting that vax if it wasn't for those stupid SJW kids and their pesky
Hey,
your little dog too.
There's one thing that have you noticed that most of the numbers out of Africa are small or non-existent. They don't even talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had the cure over there since last year.
No, they've been for years, since the 60s. They've been taking a certain malaria drug.
Mm-hmm.
Someone mentioned it in the chat.
Yeah,
Daniel H.C. Zhang is. I hope you say that. That's how you say that. He's mentioning it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Hell to that. Good, because I don't want to get hit with like a vaxarang. You know, I don't want some hooded vax hero jumping out of somewhere.
You know, and this, the only thing that scares me with this is A, it's incredibly authoritarian. B, the fact that you know, again, we're not 100%. We haven't had transparency at all about the process of what goes into putting these vaccines together.
Well,
they just tell you what's in there, sort of. They give you a gloss over, but they don't go in depth. And
there are papers. Actually, there are papers.
There are.
Because they
And
were working.
if you ask your doctor what's in it, they have to tell
They
you.
were working on an RNA vaccine for several years before the thing that we cannot mention that's really no worse than a common cold showed up. And all they really had to do was supposedly change the coding, and then they began putting it out. It's like it's not Pfizer. I think it's one of the others. It's one of the other vaccines. But I mean, they have been working on RNA vaccines for a while. This is a thing. The problem, see, here it is. The greatest bullshit.
You're forgetting the letter in front of it. It's mRNA.
Right. The greatest, like I said, the greatest lies are told with a grain of truth. And there is a truth to there needing to be preparation for RNA diseases. Where the hell they're on. There is a need for a need for that kind of precaution. But it's been over a year now. It's been over a year now. It's with the numbers are in, and it's a little worse than the flu, right? So why are we freaking out about this? Why?
First started, he said it was going to be 100 days, and this thing was going to be non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a South Asian country that's now going to treat it like an endemic instead of the other thing, and they're going to treat it like it's the flu or the cold.
Well, it's going to become another variant of it. It's what it is. But now
it made huge news in all the news circuits and all that stuff.
I have friends that are legit scared of this, that are still scared out of their minds. I have an ENT friend who is scared out of his mind about this. I don't see what he's seeing, so maybe he's seeing something different. I also have a friend of mine who works internationally. And she's telling me, she's like, in India, it's a big thing. There's a lot going on there. But I haven't seen any of it. And I'm supposedly in one of the hearts of the outbreak centers in the United States. I should, but I don't. Mm-hmm. I know people that have passed away from it. Yes, but they were told that they were passed away from it. And we've even had people admit that has been marked down as cause of death when it is not the cause of death. So there's just so many lies going on.
Yep.
That it's hard to know. Oh, what's going on? I was being serious.
The white women
Yeah.
So, Stephen, what you're saying is the forked tongues are a wagon, right?
I believe so, and that's why you have people like Drew who are very careful about what they say. That's why I'm being ambiguous, guys. Sorry, but y'all know what I'm saying. Looking into this because, like I said, the greatest lies that are told are done with a grain of truth, and so there is truth here in what's going on, but it is not. I don't believe it is what we are being told, and I absolutely do not believe that it's been as it's been purported by our governments.
Hail, Vinny. By the way, great to see you, buddy. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when the feds knock on your door and tell you have to get vaxxed?
No, I speak English.
Okay.
If you're from on the other side of the border, don't you get a free pass?
Tell them I'm gay. I've been vaccinating everybody.
Oh shit! I've been giving injections left and right, only to hot women.
That's herd immunity for you. Yeah, we know Miami's covered. Thanks, Vin.
You're welcome. I'm a hero. I'm like Batman.
I'm sorry to hear that,
True
Sven.
hero.
But the problem.
Did you see what Sven said?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's just for.
Oh wow.
It's just for here's Sven's story that he said, my mom passed away from it. She had the shot. She had a ton of other issues, including diabetes, heart condition, and she was on dialysis.
Wow.
I'm
Sorry, Sven.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Prayers to your family, brother. But what? So hold on. They said that's what they're doing now. They're going to be forcing it.
Well,
They're
not
gonna go
forcing. They're going to be knocking around like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Wow.
And
Yeah, like
asking you if you-
vaccine witnesses.
Oh,
Vax
Tina,
witnesses.
I'm so sorry about that.
Wow.
Listen, my immune suppressed son can't receive vaccines because they will worsen his platelet disorder. My crazy ass vaccinated mother-in-law refuses to see him in person for fear
oh wow,
of her
yeah.
getting COVID.
See, and she's your mother-in-law's vaxxed, and she's afraid.
She
That's the
shouldn't
thing I
be.
don't understand. There's people that, because I have a family member like this too. They will not go and spend any time around people who are unvaxxed because they don't trust it. So you got a vaccine that we have no idea really what's in it, what it's going to do in the future. Even if you do say, well, if you ask a doctor, they'll tell you, okay, fine. We have no idea what it's going to do in the future, a year and a half, 3 years, 10 years down the line. But you're trusting it enough to put it in your body, but yet you don't trust it enough to be around someone who hasn't been vaccinated. How much
first
trust
off,
do you really have
They
in
don't
vaccine? I mean,
see
this is
the- they don't see
experimental.
the hypocrisy in that, and
They don't. They don't see how insane that is. I try. I have no idea what it's going to do, but I am so scared. I'm going to put it in my body. I'm going to trust this weird nanoparticle stuff in my bloodstream. Yet, I don't trust it enough to be out in the public. With someone who's not vaccinated. That is insane. I mean, that's insane to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, y'all sound sick. So if I have to make out with a dude, it's going to be Matt because he's vaccinated. I'm protected.
Hey, Drew, off topic. I found the tweet that Steve was talking about. I don't know if you could show it though.
Oh, really? It's like that?
Well,
Take a look at it. If it doesn't have a dong, if it has a dong, don't show it.
Well,
obviously, it's YouTube.
yeah, we can show that. That's not
Okay.
a big deal.
There we
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna pull us down. I don't think. No,
Well, we'll find out in a second.
but the
I'm the
thing,
guy that shared dildo lightsabers once.
yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, I shared that in the course chat too.
Oh, let me see that.
There we go.
See, somebody
There we
can
go.
draw me that. Like, draw me Daisy.
There we go.
I
There
love
we
Ray.
go. But no, the thing
At my woman.
the thing that bothers me about this though is a blatant violation of rights. I don't think that you can come to somebody's home and tell them that they have to take a drug that they may not be comfortable taking.
No, no one should have to take a drug they're not capable. They're not
Yeah.
comfortable
Well,
with
I
taking
mean,
it. If you want it, do it. If you don't,
Yeah.
you should be able to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're not going to be forcing people. It's going to be, just like the Jehovah's Witnesses, probably a pamphlet telling you about the benefits of it, asking you why you haven't. I'm sure it's going to be the same thing, just trying to influence you. I mean, they can't make you,
Yeah.
at least, knock on wood.
Hold
but-
on.
They legally can't even ask you.
Well, I was about to say that.
Well, that's true too. With the
That violates your
HIPAA.
HIPAA rights.
yeah,
Well,
Well, look, you know what? I think it's going to end up being like Disney Star Wars. It's going to be everywhere, and people are going to say it's great, but it sucks. So you don't want it. Spray it with mace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
don't
friend of
give
mine
consent.
just, a friend of mine, he's having a kid, and he couldn't go with his wife to the doctor. She was just supposed to have a checkup, and she ended up coming back. She had gotten the shot, and they had a giant fight because of this.
Well, they didn't get permission?
Well, they discussed they weren't going to do it, and then while she was at the doctor, they tricked her into it.
Darius says they would literally have to go to every house, dude. A lot of my friends I know, IRL friends around here, they haven't gotten it. They haven't gotten it because they have the same concerns I do. They still want to have kids. They still, they don't know if there's chipping that's involved with the with the ingredients of that Bex. And you know what I'm talking about, Bear.
Mhm.
You know exactly what I'm talking about because they have that stuff they can, put in there. Those kind of that really microscopic, kind of just slip them in the liquid type of chips.
Nano tech, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A few years ago, 20 years ago, it was in its infant stages, but now it's some pretty advanced stuff.
Yep.
You can hear Elon Musk talk about it, and he acts like he's scared of it.
Well, Bear, I was just reading something about them trying to create nanotechnology for surgery. This is something they are working on. They are working on robots, the microscopic robots that can go in and repair vein, artery, organs and things like that. So that, it's not far off to think that you could be injected with something like that as a tracking device.
Hail Jorge.
Yeah, and
or this is just the first step, and then you need to get your booster later when they figured out the technology a little more. If it's not there already, which I think it probably is, but if not, here we've got it's wearing off in a year, so now you got to get your booster shot, and then they add something else in that, which activates what you had before. I mean, there's so many because once it's in your body, you can never get it out. That's the one thing we do know. It's irreversible.
I was telling Drew earlier. I think depending on your gender, you're probably either going to get an extra boost of testosterone or estrogen. They want to soy you out.
Maybe they'll turn people into Scott.
Yeah, no, they can. I mean, there's all kind of things that they could do with the vaccine, and that is not good. It is not good. But the more important thing that we're discussing here is the actual violation of rights. I mean, just for them to suggest a program like this, yeah, we're going to go door to door. It's like it sounds eerily authoritarian.
They want to make a fucking record of this shit. So later on, if they have to, if they can, they could just, this person was vaccinated, we'll take them out, or we'll put them in a camp. You know where it's going.
The unfortunate thing is, it doesn't matter if they're breaking the law because no one's there to call them on it.
Yep.
They're holding all the cards, so
Look at the Supreme Court. They're all siding with the liberals.
Yeah, they're all siding. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of scary shit going on right now.
So they can break whatever amendment they want. No one's calling them on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The ones that are supposed to be in charge calling them on it are the ones who are promoting and backing it. So
they're all paid off. They're all fucking paid off.
Well, there's rampant. We know there's rampant corruption in both sides. The parties are overrun with corruption, and this has been for decades. The two-party system has been used and abused to, and what it's been for probably the last 30, 40 years is just, hey, look, pay attention to these two parties while we break the law behind your back. Don't notice what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a one-party system just split into two opposing sides of the same coin.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's like this huge shift happening. Huge shift.
Well, yeah,
we've never really seen anything like this. It is just this whole thing has just been blowing me away.
Well, whether you like President Trump or you don't, the beautiful thing about what happened with President Trump is he started a wave of grassroots populism. And that is what you need, because when you have people that are, their reasoning for wanting to go and be a part of the governmental process is they want to represent the average guy. That's the kind of people you want in there. But we don't have enough of those kind of people in there. Right now, we have people that just want to hold on to power, just want to sit there and continue to pocket money off the backs of the citizens instead of do the work needed that the citizens need done to be represented correctly. They don't want to do that. They just want to get rich off you.
Yep.
Well, basically what really needs to happen is the Act 1871 needs to be repealed.
Oh, dude, a lot of things need changed there.
Well, the Act 1871, which is what started the corporation.
But they need someone, that actually can do it. So until that person steps up,
Steps up, what, out of the Matrix? Yeah, they tried that once in 2016. Upset the whole system. The world freaked out. It got to the point where I suspect, the government, God, fuck, I'm going to try and be vague on this, where the Chinese may have seen a trend happening in the U.S., a trend of, the SJW movement, the far left movement, and decided to say, oh, oops, something happened over here, and we need, it's going to spread, and it was what they knew was going to happen. I think this is my hypothesis, my theory, that the West, they understood that the direction the West was in their far left movements in all the different countries, and they knew that they'd run with this. It's fear porn on tap, and that's what they do. They create controversy, they create outrage, and they knew that this was going to be just on tap, and that's what they did. It really did slow down the entire West for how long?
Yeah,
over what?
Hail, by the way, to Brutal Morningwood. Great to see you. It says I got my power back on. Sorry you lost power, buddy.
Wow.
Great to see Shane Nolan in the house. Man, we got a lot of folks chilling in the chat.
Hail.
Love it.
Let's get a few
great to
comments.
see
Want to go
everybody.
through a few comments from them, Drew? See what they're saying.
Yeah, Tina says an example of unforeseen impacts of a vaccine. The entire millennial population got the chickenpox vaccine to attend school. Now we have hordes of 30 and 40-year-olds getting really bad cases of shingles.
Yeah,
Tina-
the more they try to
Tina
protect
is-
your body,
Tina-
the natural ability to fight these things, the unforeseen consequences. That's a great because now we're injecting ourselves with something that we have. I mean, we're talking about nano. We have no idea what that's going to do in 10 years. Plus, with the spike protein increase that it's causing, I mean, talk about shingles as a bad side effect, which it can be. I mean, that could be deadly. In
Yes.
a really
It's
adults.
bad
extremely
circumstance. Yeah.
painful at the very least because I had an
Mhm.
uncle
It's-
that
yeah.
had shingles, and it was pretty bad. It was extremely painful for him.
Yeah.
I know when I was a kid, it was not forced, and I got chickenpox, and I never had anything after.
Same here.
So-
Yeah, I had chickenpox. Part of
Ooh.
growing up.
Tina, there's another good comment. Common misconception on HIPAA law. It does not protect you from being asked to disclose vaccine status. HIPAA exists to keep doctors and hospitals from sharing records without your
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah, I have read that. That doesn't.
But
technically
that's
violate.
technically a medical record, and they ask to see a medical record. They can't do that. Still, if you want to get real technical, it's a medical record.
Yeah, if you want to split hairs there, but the thing is they can get away with it based on just what Tina said.
Well, and
And
as we-
basically, what you have to do is you have to turn it on them. You have to ask them, "Are you asking for my medical records?"
Yeah.
You
yeah,
have to trick them, and then you get them to say they are in fact asking for your medical records. Then you call the number, and then all of a sudden they have a $175,000 to $150,000 fine levied on them, and
that's a
record the
good-
conversation.
Bear's trying to make some money. Come to Bear.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
good.
Try to Bear's house.
No, just know your basic rights, man.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
know
that's
your
smart.
rights, you ain't got none.
All of a sudden, I learned English.
Vistra says, "Hail chat, Drew, do a video and rip Vito a new one." Oh yeah, that guy. A lot of people actually, commented on that thread, and I think that particular gentleman got a dose of humble pie just based out of that thread, because it didn't go the way that he thought. So I mean that's fine. I also see that Kinnell was calling out a rather big personality as
Miles Ian, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
Ian Miles Chong. I saw
He's a
I saw
douchebag.
Jeremy.
Hey,
I saw-
Okay,
I thought-
the Lazy Otter Productions says something that's very true. Can you highlight that one? It's 41 after. Yeah, this is very true. You also have to be careful with judges because it really depends on which judge you're dealing with and if they feel like enforcing the law as is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's what I
because
say about the Supreme Court.
you could have a partisan or a nonpartisan judge, man, and there's a lot of them that are not right. They're supposed to be not part of no political parties, not supposed to be involved in that stuff. They're a judge, and they violate that a lot.
Yeah,
you
so
know, a
the
lot of
problem with the
those
Supreme
judges-
Court right now.
Yeah, but a lot of those judges, they will sit there and say that their duty is to interpret the law how they see fit, and that's a big problem when it comes down to judges, especially when you're talking about municipal or state.
I think they need to get rid of the interpretation language completely.
Well, how do we? I guess how do we keep the government off our damn backs? That's the problem.
Basically, the color of law needs to go away.
We don't need the
No.
government. We got family.
yeah, that's true, Stephen. I mean, that is so true. But meme aside, that is true. But the problem is that they want to continue to meddle and sort of impose their will on everyone else. And listen. Well, fuck it. I'm just going to throw it out there. All right. The goddamn globalists are pulling this whole shit, folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I hope that everybody understands this is going on worldwide. Every single country besides ours, every single major power is having this problem. Okay?
Exactly.
But it doesn't seem like, we found a good way to fight back against this. And step up and say this is wrong. We're having our rights taken away, and it's time to just, step up and do that. And that has to happen because all these regimes are getting more and more authoritarian. And we need to tell the globalists to fuck right off and go back in their hole, wherever that is. In the center of the earth with the demons, wherever the fuck they want to be.
Well,
get the hell out.
Then Drew.
Find a good hole, fall in it, lose yourself. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is why honestly, it's another reason why we need more alternative platforms. Because, we're censoring ourselves an awful lot right now. And there actually is a lot to delve into here. I want to start doing that dual streaming that Wes is doing, where he's streaming on YouTube and then he goes over to Odyssey where he can say whatever he wants. We really got to start working on that. After I get to Florida, I want to begin doing that with all our rogue streams so that we can spend an hour on YouTube and then go over to Odyssey and be able to say whatever we want. Because there's a lot of things that's unsaid right now that the chat, I'm sure, would like to hear. Opinions that we have, perspectives that we have that we're unable to say here.
I say them because I'm not monetized, so what are they going to do? And B, if they nuke my channel, I'll just go to Odyssey full time.
Hey, have you noticed all the weird YouTube videos all of a sudden just showing up and they're talking about the current events and what's going on, what's really going on?
Release the Delta variant.
Oh, no, we're talking.
Release the
We're talking. Yes, this along those lines. Flynn and all that stuff. What they're saying,
Go.
They swept McAfee under the rug,
and
didn't they?
they are just popping up left and right everywhere. And I'm really having a hard time tracking where all this shit's coming from because it's just popping up left and right. And it's sort of like it reminds me of the videos that were popping up on YouTube left and right back before the pandemic happened.
Hail, Lazy Otter Productions, hail.
Ooh, hail.
And so there's a lot of similar things going on now. It's like it feels like repeat and then wash again. It's happening.
Yeah.
So be on your toes, man. Look for weird shit. Because there's weird shit out there going on.
Everything that they're doing right now, we all know that one thing is it's going to have to break sooner or later because their current trajectory, it is not sustainable.
Nope.
It's not sustainable at all.
Well, no, what's going to happen, Tommy, is there's going to be a goddamn revolution. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because look, Americans are a proud people. We are a proud people. And we're only going to take so much. And and for those of us that actually grew up on accurate history, we understand that the government has limits, and when they step over those bounds, when they get authoritarian, we have every right to defend ourselves against the tyranny. And I promise you, eventually, people are going to step up and defend themselves against tyranny.
Absolutely. We got generations upon generations of fighters here. We have to admit that there has been conflict across this continent as the world came to the new world, and so we've got everybody here, from the ones that rebelled against the tyrannical government to the people who had to fight for centuries for their rights, to the natives who had to fight for their own culture and to stay alive. We've got a lot of different nations, a lot of different peoples. We're all born and bred fighters, all of us, all of our races over here. And so let them try and stomp on us. The only way they can do that is if we don't unify. We all have
our ways of doing it, Stephen. I may not be in the military tradition like my dad. I may not have followed in his footsteps, but I sure as hell am following in his footsteps as a patriot by speaking out. and I will continue to speak out, and I will continue to go against this. If they arrest me, if they put me in jail, if they try to silence me, I don't care. I will do it as long as I humanly possibly can.
I'm just saying that, like, a lot of us have understand the value of freedom and rights. Maybe some more than others, and from different perspectives. But the only way that that something like the globalists are going to win is if they keep us fighting amongst each other. If they keep us
and
on
you know
tribal
that
differences.
gets back to this whole thing with the He-Man. You know, that's exactly what they're doing with entertainment. They're doing this stuff intentionally to divide. You know, oh, you guys all love this thing. You all love Star Wars, a big community. All right, we're dividing it. We're gonna make you fight. Oh, you love this. We're gonna divide. We're gonna make you fight. I mean, that's, you know, we see it in our entertainment. It's very blatant. That they want to divide the groups. They want you fighting and bickering. You know, it's not just political. It's entertainment. It's social.
You hit. God.
Hey, I need to address something.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to watch what you're putting in the chat.
Who?
I'm not going to single anyone out. I'm just saying, please be careful what you're putting in the chat. If you need to be insulting, please don't.
Yeah, but
I appreciate that. This is my brother's channel. Please be polite in the chat. That's all I'm asking.
But the thing that we have, I think that Final just hit on, is an umbrella of propaganda. They are taking this whole apparatus of entertainment. And also, you know, and that funnels out, folks, into obviously, you know, movies, television, but also our sports, so on and so forth. Everything we used to use for an escape, any sort of entertainment apparatus, they've taken it and reined it in to use it as a loudspeaker for their agenda and narrative. So, you know, you constantly propagandized by what you used to go to get away from the real world. Mm-hmm. So now there is no more getting away. You are constantly propagandized one way or the other. The only way to truly get away from it is to, you know, like go out on a nature walk.
Wasn't you, Bruce? It's all good.
Yeah. It's literally the only way to get away from it now, folks, is to like turn off the computer, go out for a nature walk, because you can't get away from it.
Go visit the forest.
True.
But, you know, don't breathe too much, because that's gonna, you know, take too much oxygen, and then you're gonna have global warming. That's coming next. That's the next thing they're gonna push.
Yeah, Mark.
Drew,
what's up?
You're forgetting a second. You're forgetting a second option.
Mm-hmm.
Create your own.
No, yeah, you could create your own
forest,
but
yeah. Well, only to create his own forest.
Walter was planting seeds everywhere.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
The saplings are strong with him.
But see, Makani, here's a problem. Do we have enough people to push back and all create our own stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
Here's another thing, and I see a lot of people making the same mistake. They keep making the same mistake over and over again. They get really upset and they get pissed off about the way things are going with certain franchises. And I'm not even going to mention a franchise, because I'm pretty sure everybody here in the panel and in the chat knows the franchises that I'm talking about. Yet these people keep going back to these franchises expecting something different and getting even more irritated. Here's what you do. Stop giving attention to these companies that are destroying your franchises. Stop watching them. If it pisses you off that much and you can't stand it, stop giving them attention. Stop sitting there hate watching that shit, because it's not working. All it's doing is it's giving them the ability to keep making this kind of trash. If you stop watching their shit, if you stop buying their products because you hate what they're doing so much, guess what? Eventually, they're either going to have to about face and change the way that they're marketing shit, or they're going to go under.
For sure. Boycott Star Trek.
Well, here's the thing though. Okay, about you talk about that, Tommy, but these companies have committed themselves to, you know, even they don't care if they even lose money at this point. They have sold out to, you know, selling that propaganda no matter what.
Absolutely. Speaking of I don't know. This has no reference. Could you share my screen just real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We haven't given the audience one in a minute. And here we go. This is Voldemort is dead, and Harry Potter saying what happened to him. And Toretto saying he didn't have family.
Is it true that they really go to outer space?
Yes, that's what I hear. They go to outer. They had family.
They go to outer space in this. Oh, freaking Avengers on wheels,
dude.
Wow.
That's the thing with that's the thing that's great with this with the Fast and Furious movies. Like, you know, they're so like beyond goofy.
Then they're never gonna end.
But it's just great. They're likable in that sense because I will watch them for that reason, you know, and it's great.
It's gonna be like Friday the 13th, Drew.
Yeah, exactly.
Friday and the Furious.
That's what I like about those, you know, and I will watch those because, you know, for whatever reason they haven't shoehorned the agenda into those yet.
Oh yeah. I had family once. A kid stabbed me through the gut.
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf wasn't family, Tim.
That piece of shit.
I'm just saying.
Not you, Mac. That kid,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
that son of mine.
Shia wasn't family, technically family. It was a movie family, but not the actual son, though.
He was a son of a bitch.
I was, but yeah.
I think his real father was probably the Wookiee.
We can get back to more entertainment news here in a second, guys. But
Short Round is your son.
But
ETEP shared this one. I'm sorry.
But I wanted to say to the folks in chat, listen, folks, make sure, you know, because somebody mentioned Sydney Watson's video. Also, be aware that they're the biggest teachers union in the United States. I think God, I want to say like 5,000 or so teachers came out and said they are going to teach critical race theory, even though you know, states have laws against it. So let that sink in, because they are telling you they are going to indoctrinate your children regardless of the law.
Well, I've always taught my kids what's what. Age appropriate levels, and I teach my kids what's what, what's real, what's fake. Mm-hmm. And so my boys, they know what's what. Even my youngest boys, they're hip to what's going on smaller levels. They blow me away on how intelligent they are. Smart boys.
Yeah, it's probably more important now than any other time in recent history that parents are more aware and more active in their kids' education. You know, if they're not learning it from school, be active in teaching them at home, because it's more imperative now than ever before. You know, you used to send your kids to school and trust that the school is going to teach them what's right, what's wrong, you know. But it's just less and less so now.
Well,
so,
inherently there's a big problem with that, because most kids, when they go to school and they start learning and they're going to sit there, you're going to get these kids that are going to listen to the teacher no matter what they say, and they're going to sit there and take it for the gospel. And there's a lot of kids that will do that when they go to school. They will just take everything that they're hearing, and they will say 100% that they believe in it. And then the few kids that say, I don't think this is right, and they want to speak up in it, they wind up getting threatened in school. And these kind of things still do happen. So, I mean, that's the problem when you run into where somebody's saying they're going to go against what their state or their, you know, municipality says. You know, who's going to really signal the horn on them if these kids are getting threatened and they're scared to say anything?
Of course. Hold up. Prime example. I went to Catholic school, and that's what it was. You had a couple of the teachers, like these, one that was a nun in training, she hated all men. She used to torment all the boys in the class and let the girls skate by with straight A's. Like literally trying to chop them down, trying to make them look like idiots. Like the guys, we all had to, I remember one time we went in, and she had us all grab all of our big textbooks, because back then you didn't have the old iPads and all that shit, and we would have to hold all of our books like after lunch or something in our arms. Like, this is like military type punishment, you know, that she was just doing to the guys. And I learned from an early age that you can't trust schools, you can't trust teachers. You might have a couple of good ones, but the bad ones are poisonous. And this is without having a special agenda. This was her own personal vendetta against guys. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
maybe
Pink Floyd earlier on was telling you that teachers are no good.
That's true.
then maybe you were just a jerk off kid.
They're saying, hey, they're bad.
It's just I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on YouTube. It's just my issue with CRT is that I feel very uncomfortable. I feel very uncomfortable specifically for, you know, basically anybody who's basically has to be guilty for something that they have no control over. No one has control over their skin tone, and they shouldn't feel any guilt for it. You know what I mean? Just because of, you know, just because of, you know, the slavery and such in the past doesn't mean that I should be just acting this way towards just one specific race.
Yeah,
But
but again,
that happened in the past.
Well, think about those of us that are of mixed race.
Mhm.
My mom is Mexican Indian with some Spanish, and you know, my dad married a Mexican Indian. You know, so I'm literally in two different worlds, and the fact that you add the Scottish, and you know, back in the old days, the English tyrants that we lived under didn't consider us above a dog or an animal. You know,
Yeah.
there's
You know, but the thing is that, you know, you know what, Dimash and I always say the best. Are we out of the woods just yet? No. But have we improved over things that were then back in the 60s? Absolutely.
well, that's the thing. We have, and now that's what's getting them upset, because they don't want to see unity. They want to see us fighting, and that's the fucking thing. That's why they're pushing that shit. That's why they want to teach it in schools no matter what. You know, this is just evil, sick behavior, what they're doing. They want people to continuously fight so that they can keep overpowering us. And the really stupid people are letting that happen. They're okay with it. They're the ones going, yeah, you're right. I'll get this shot. Yeah, you're right. BLM, all this shit. It's all disturbing. All of this shit is.
Well, you guys are old enough to remember. You remember when we were younger, and I can't remember what company it was. I almost want to say it was Time Life Books or something like that, but they put out a series when we were younger for school age kids that they were like these history cards. They were almost like 8x10 size. They were big. But there was a whole series like in depth of U.S. and world history cards that would, you know, give you detailed explanations of real history, and notice that they quietly took those off the market. You can't find those anywhere.
I had something like that. It was called a history teacher.
Well, I had a good history teacher too.
Think that.
When I was younger, thankfully. But
is that back when they called it before you got into high school? They had history, you had economics, but before that, in middle school, we had social studies.
Yeah, we had
history.
Social
They
studies.
taught history.
Yeah, that was
I learned the most about history in middle school because the social studies teacher taught us about actual history.
Yeah, I agree with me too, man.
Social studies was like the catch-all name for it.
Yeah, it was a catch-all name.
But when you got to high school, you actually had I had history, and then I had a government class, you know, civics, basically
history, government, and economics.
And I had an economics class.
I hated economics, man. My God, that was torturous.
And we also had a class, and I'll never forget it. And this was back in public high school. We had a class called Adult Living, and it was basically home ec mixed with, real world applications of things you needed to know. Like they taught you to cook. They taught you,
Right.
how to manage a bank account. They taught you, really important skills that you
Taught
needed to
Final how
have.
to date a Filipina.
No, well, I hope there's some ladies out there that took that class because, hey, dating a Filipino is good. Yeah,
Everybody loves an Asian, Drew.
that's right. That's right.
My coworkers, most of my
They go short round.
so I'm probably gonna use that.
You got Asian fever, Mac? You
No, it's
Is
just
it
most of
Asian?
my coworkers are Filipino. I'm like a baby to them.
Oh, Maki.
use that, dude.
Oh, Maki.
Yeah, but they're all older. They're all older.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
It's the family.
It's
It's the family meme. It's
the family meme.
Mr.
to the
Big
point where
Deal.
to the point where they're even willing to hook me up with one. So
That's awesome. That's what I'm saying. You, Mac. Oh, brother, we gotta talk.
Oh man, but yeah, it's alarming what's going on. Hail through the veil paranormal. Hopefully you can coordinate with my friend up here, Enter the Unfamiliar, and we can have you
Enter his nether regions.
on. We can have you on his program to discuss some of your more notable, like
Hell you
some
saying?
of the expeditions that you guys have done, some of the investigations you guys have done. So yeah, that would be awesome because I know that he covers everything paranormal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Can we get a link for them in the chat?
Enter
Final.
the
I don't have
uncomfortable.
No, not Enter the Uncomfortable. The
Have you covered the Holy Grail yet? I want to be your guest.
oh my god.
But
The
no,
Ark of the Covenant.
but through
Oh, you're on.
I got a story to tell you.
but through the veil, they do study the paranormal. They go on,
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have them on.
Awesome.
they go on expeditions. They go on ghost hunts, for lack of a better term, and it's really awesome, and they're really good. They get EVPs, and yeah, it's just great.
Hey man,
And check Through the Veil Paranormal out on Twitter. Great follow, and they're great people.
I don't think we have any wrenches out there. I can't do it from where I'm doing it. Give Wookie a wrench. Can you give Wookie a wrench? Because he'll put a link out for them. I want to get a link to their channel.
Did he see his sex book?
I don't
there
know.
with,
I don't
with
know.
Ray?
I don't know that they have a channel,
Oh, they
but
don't have a channel.
I will pull up
I
their.
see all this awesome shit you're talking about. You're just talking about a lot of awesome shit, and I want to see it.
I will pull up their Twitter.
I thought they did have a channel because I thought I followed them last. Maybe
You
it
have a
was
channel.
Oh yeah,
Is
they
it-
do have a channel.
I think I followed them last.
Yep, they
last
do.
time
They
they were
do.
in the chat. Yeah. Let's if you guys are interested through the veil, we'll get them on a show, Drew.
Yeah, that
We'll do,
Sunday
we'll
show is
definitely-
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a
Get
Sunday
them.
show with you guys. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I love that. You mentioned Wookiee, and he's like, me?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're going to put you to work. If you're going to be around, you're going to do some work.
Here, I just posted their YouTube link in the chat. So there you are if you want to check out their channel, and I will
1,000 subs. Looks like they just got monetized. That's awesome. Congratulations.
I will post their Twitter here. Yep. Yeah, they got Facebook and Instagram. So there you go. Yep, I got you covered, my friend.
Kick ass. Enter those nether
There you
regions,
go.
guys.
There you go, Nick.
Enter, Stephen, it's enter the unfamiliar, uncomfortable nether regions. Get it
They're
right.
uncomfortable.
How do
Why
you
is
know
it-
they're uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming from
Who
the,
are you to say?
the way flipped out looks on every show. I'm assuming they're uncomfortable.
I mean, how are Nephilim hung?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but
That's right.
but getting back to what we were talking about, the comparison of what we learned in school compared to now. I mean, yeah, you almost have to homeschool. you almost have to supplement your child's education, and you almost have to go through what they, the things that they bring home, their homework and things like that, to make sure that it's not a bunch of propaganda garbage that is being assigned to them. I mean, it's scary. If you've ever seen some of the posts that parents make on Twitter, where they show some of the very alarming things that these teachers are assigning their children, for homework assignments and whatnot, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, apparently, the school board is not really doing anything about it. When they go to complain to them, they're not doing anything about it.
That's pushing it, Shane. If they are teaching that to 7-year-olds, that is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, they're starting to teach that stuff. They're starting to teach it to young kids now.
Yeah. The first thing I say to teachers when my kids go to a school, I tell them, they better not be learning no sex education. I don't care if the school, the county mandates it. You better not.
Wasn't there an article talking about they wanted to start teaching that to like 1st and 2nd graders?
Yeah, it was teaching masturbation, all this stuff.
Well, there was a school board where they got all up in arms, and so they took over the school board and voted all of them out, and they put a lot of parents in that school board, and they took over.
Yeah,
well, that's what you need to do. Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's no. Oh God! Let these kids
push in and push them out.
Let these kids discover who they are on their own. Let them go through middle school, high school. Let them become adults, and then figure out what they want to be. Stop trying to turn these kids into sexual objects. That's all it is. That's all I see it as. Everything from trying to give these kids hormones to parents pushing their ideologies onto them, or they're projecting with their weirdness, to teaching these kids about sex ed and in freaking elementary school. Get the fuck out of here,
It
man.
is super fucking disturbing.
I remember it was 6th grade in middle school.
It's demonic. You're absolutely right.
It is.
Hold
on. They're grooming them, one, and then two, they're trying to confuse them because they want a weak culture. So if it's the boys who are taking these hormone shots or whatever to get estrogen, and then they get confused later on and switch back or whatever, now they're weak men. You know what I mean?
Look at the damage that is done to a person's psyche when they go through a sexual experience too young in life. Like that is damaging. That damages them for the rest of their life. Depending on the will of that person, they may have to take medication, have to seek counseling. They might have problems in relationships. Like there's a lot of things that stem from that. To leave the children in the children's world. Mm-hmm. And stop trying to pervert them. Stop trying to live out your sick fantasies through them. Yep. Stop trying to sexualize them. Let them be fucking kids. It's demonic. It's just like Final said. That's the wow set me right off.
If you want your kids to be happy, healthy adults, let them be kids first.
Right. Yes.
Never underestimate the power of away the innocence.
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Walton? I mean,
part of the innocence.
Part of the thing that they do too is they would have these guidance counselors go after these kids that are not, feeling very confident and everything like that. And they would sit there and they would groom by saying, "Hey, it's not your fault. The world's an unfair place." And they would essentially just beat these kids down even further without even realize that they're doing it. They're sitting there trying to give these kids an award for not being able to, face up to the adversity in the normal day that a kid would face. And they're saying it's not their fault and it's the world around them because everything's so unfair. And, it just creates even more weakness when they do that stuff.
Through the Veil is sharing an experience here. She says, a friend of mine's child is in 3rd grade and they had LGBT homework.
No. We
both blinked at it. I'm all okay with knowing, but 3rd grade, let them be kids.
Right, let them be kids. By the time you get to middle school, the girl that likes other girls. The guy that acts a little femmy. Okay, the signs are already showing. Yeah, and that's fine. That's a part of the natural progression of maturing and discovering who you are. But elementary school, that's way too young. No, I don't want lesbian. I swear to God, I would go visit my mother. She's a lesbian. Had a lesbian relationship for as long as I can remember. Well, since I was like a teenager. All right, and it was never weird. They never had rainbows in their house. They never talked about lesbian and gay. It was as normal as a household can be. You know what I mean? Like in an alternative lifestyle. That's what it was like. And to this day, when I talk to them about this, they're like, "No, we don't want this. This is too much." And let kids be kids. Like so there is a time and a place for everything. You want to talk about gay relationships and stuff? Let the kids let that be in that world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
High school is a bit different. You're preparing to be an adult. That is, if anywhere, high school is where those conversations, I believe, should be had. But I mean, it's when you're going as far as middle school, you're trying to you get them young. You're trying to indoctrinate them, open their minds to new ideas. That adult isn't weird because they're trying to touch you, because this is a natural thing. Like that's too young.
Well, and kids are very impressionable too. So if they're, if you're kind of confused or you don't know, you're you're trying to discover yourself, and then you got a teacher pushing you. Oh, maybe you were meant to be a female. Maybe that's what you are. Maybe that's what you are. Maybe you should be female. Maybe then all of a sudden the kid's like, maybe I should be female. No, that's not necessarily the case. You're just trying to figure everything out. You got a lot going on with your hormones, and they're pushing you in a direction that maybe that is not what you're supposed to be doing naturally. But it's a messed up thing.
That's part of it.
And then you got kids who screwed up for the rest of their lives because they were pushed in a direction that they weren't naturally supposed to go in. Because the teacher was trying to suggest.
You remember us
one thing that you can. There's one thing that you can do for your kids as they're growing up in age appropriate. You teach them no one touches them in their private parts. And you teach them that. Not even dad. You wash yourself there. And this is what I taught my boys. Period. And they know if anyone touches them, you tell somebody. And I've taught my kids this at a very young age. So if anyone else tries to say this or that, the opposite of that, they're going to be like, no, that's not what dad says.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Hold on, remember, we've been talking about this for 2 years. And Bear, remember this too. We were talking about how as they are, pushing the transformations onto kids, trying to normalize it to them. You imagine the suicide rates that are going to skyrocket, come, within 10, 15 years. We already see cases where people are young adults are saying, I now realize I am straight and I identify with what I was born as, but I've been given all these hormones and they've already gone through so much. Their lives are screwed up.
It's too late to go back.
It needs to stay into the adult realm.
Yeah. Through the Veil brings up another one, says they were telling them in class they didn't have to be identified as they said their parents want them to be. So we had a girl running around here yelling, I don't have to be a girl.
What?
I mean, that's crazy.
I could be a Fruit Loop. I don't know.
It's awesome. Wookie says, good dad, Bear.
I taught my kids if someone touches them in their privates, they punch them in the nose immediately.
Well, they're right, and Bear,
or they kick them in the balls.
That is a great way. That is a great way to teach your child to defend themselves, what's right and wrong. I think the issue is when you have school systems that are in elementary school teaching them about masturbation, having those conversations and the different types and doing it with others and all that. Like, what kind of a confusing mindset does that lay on a child?
No, it's all a game. It's all a game to them, Stephen. I mean, quite honestly, I think everybody could see it at this point. And you know what happens when you play stupid games? You win stupid prizes. And we're gonna wind up seeing the stupid prizes come to fruition over the next few years.
Brother, I just don't want to see the stupid prizes end up being a generation of emotionally scarred children or young adults.
As to TV being blamed for this or being blamed for that, my dad taught me when I was young, it's pretend. It's
the
fiction.
Difference between fantasy and reality. Right.
And my dad told me everything going on in that box is not real. And that's what my dad taught me. And so you you can avoid some things by teaching your kids, hey, that's fake. That's just fiction. Anything inside that TV is fiction.
Here's the thing. I'm starting to learn it from these past couple of years with all this craziness is going on. Listen, reality is not kind to everybody. Reality is gonna hit hard, and it's gonna hit hard when it gets to that certain age, when it gets to that certain point. Either they're gonna grow out of it, or reality is gonna give them a face full of it. Reality is gonna give them a face full of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the difference, Makani. Most people don't want to face that adversity anymore because adversity builds character, and they don't want people developing character.
That's a big thing. Well, why do you think they basically tried to nuke meritocracy to oblivion out of the equation? They don't want people to understand that lesson. That you need to earn things on merit. And you need to judge people on merit. You don't judge them through skin color. You don't give them an advantage because they look different than you. Everybody should be equal. Mm-hmm. That's what our Constitution was founded on. Was equality.
Hard work is what I was raised on. And I grew up in a great family. So I grew up well.
Wookie, so. I taught my stepdaughter, if anyone ever does something, touches private areas, to kick and knee them in the balls and yell "rapist" as loud as you can, and run in the other direction, run towards someone of authority. That's what I taught my stepdaughter.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's we got time, I think, for one more article because we're going to wrap up shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll share this one. And
Drew, was that a height joke directed at Steven?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
I'm to Florida and kick your ass time.
I'm a fucking shrimp. I will never make height jokes. I mean, I'm like 5'3.5". I'm not gonna make any height jokes on anybody.
Oh Jesus! I think my daughter's taller than you.
Shut up, Tommy.
My wife's 5'1".
You know what?
Are you sure? Yeah. Vinny, are you sure that Drew isn't short round?
I am.
Okay, Dr. Jokes.
Dr. Jones!
I just watched that movie too.
Someone just give me my car.
Dang.
No, we got to do the better one. We do Data from the Goonies. Slick shoes.
What about shoes?
Somebody said E-Tip.
Oh, man. All right, so
oh no!
If you guys remember the old Blade.
Old Blade. Oh my God! Don't say it like that.
You mean
the first black superhero movie?
The
Meteor Man, motherfucker.
We didn't
the first
care.
good black superhero movie.
The villain from the first movie. Played by a great actor, Stephen Dorff, awesome actor.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Yeah,
you have to understand. I understand. Back then, we didn't care if Blade was like one of the first black superhero films because Blade was badass.
Yes, Wesley Snipes, the darkest brother on the block. He kicked ass, and he did all those moves like he was a martial artist. So those moves were choreographed.
He was such a badass. He tried to fight tax evasion.
That's right. He almost took it down too.
He beat the shit out of what's his name? That Andy.
Actually, tax evasion got him in that cross-faced chicken wing, and that was it. It was all right.
All right. So Stephen Dorff says that the new Black Widow movie looks like garbage, and he said he feels embarrassed for Scarlett Johansson.
Oh snap!
Wow,
that's awesome. How do we get him on a stream?
We need him.
So basically, my friend Spencer, my colleague over at Mounting, wrote this, and he says, According to the man himself, Blade star Stephen Dorff is not impressed with what he's seen of Disney's Black Widow, as the actor recently asserted that the upcoming entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, quote, looks like garbage, so much so that its production made him feel embarrassed for the film's star Scarlett Johansson.
Can we tweet out the
Damn.
dwarf and ask him if he wants to join Rogue? Come on, dwarf. Come on. Join the crew.
Did you call him a dwarf?
No, I wouldn't
No,
say that.
That's his name. Although I think he is a little guy.
Most remember Stephen Dorff from his portrayal of the villain Deacon Frost in the 1998 film adaptation of Blade. And during a recent interview with UK news outlet The Independent, he told staff reporter Adam White, "I still hunt out the good shit because I don't want to be in Black Widow."
That's awesome.
And he went on to say, quote, "It looks like garbage to me. It looks like a bad video game. I'm embarrassed for those people."
Damn.
Wow.
Is he sitting on cash or did he just hate her? Like, he don't give a shit.
Well, did you guys see him in True Detective? I think it was like season 3. He was fantastic in it.
Yeah,
Hey, I watched True Detective first season. It was awesome. Second season, I haven't watched since.
He also expressed specific embarrassment on behalf of Johansson, who portrays the film's Russian super spy, exclaiming, "I'm embarrassed for Scarlett. I'm sure she got paid $5-7 million bucks, but I'm embarrassed for her. I don't want to be in those movies," he continued. "I really don't. I'll find that kid director that's going to be the next Kubrick, and I'll act for him instead."
Damn.
You remember what Martin Scorsese said about the MCU films, right?
Yeah, the actor also took a swing at the Oscars and Hollywood in general, noting that, quote, "This year's Oscars were the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. My business is becoming a big game show."
Oh my God.
I like this guy.
You know what? He's sounding problematic right now.
Yeah. Well, he said, quote, "You have actors that don't have a clue what they're doing.
Yeah.
You have filmmakers that don't have a clue what they're doing. We're all in these little boxes on these streaming services, TV, film. It's all one big clusterfuck of content now."
Yeah.
And basically,
Yeah,
basically, the article goes on to say Black Widow drops in theaters, is on Disney Plus this Friday, July 9th. So
yeah, we need Dorff on. We need to get tweet out the Dorff. Everybody. Let's
That wasn't the best endorsement. I don't know why they did that article like that, but
well,
By the way, it's in theaters and
it's like literally whoever they were, they had Stephen Dorff say all that shit. It's a joke. It's horrible. And at the end of it, Black Widows is in theaters on Friday.
This movie, see it Friday.
Well, no, that was in the article. Spencer put that in there.
Yeah, Spencer was trolling. He's what he was doing.
That's hilarious. I called it, and I think that it's true that Taskmaster is a chick.
Yeah. The thing with Blade through the veil, they are making another Blade. That's when is that supposed to come out? That's probably
next
year.
It's with his co-star from True Detective season 3, Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, it's the guy that played Copperhead in Luke Cage.
In Luke Cage, yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. He worked with Stephen Dorff.
I'm so pissed we're not getting a third season of Luke Cage.
I mean, I would really like. I'd prefer Wesley to come back, but he is a good actor. He is a really good actor, though.
He is.
So I think
Wesley Snipes is a martial artist too. I think he has.
Oh no, he is an authentic martial artist.
Like straight up. I wouldn't even be mad.
Ali, I don't think he's a martial artist. But he's a good actor, though.
I want to see like Wesley Snipes versus Michael Jai White. That would actually be.
I like how we're ignoring the Spike. Was it the Spike spinoff show with Sticky Fingers?
Sticky
Fingers.
What?
Oh man,
that was a Blade series on Spike TV a long time ago.
You know what? I wouldn't even be mad if they like replaced Whistler, because Chris Christopherson was a great Whistler.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
But if
dude,
they-
he was awesome.
If they just
Ah.
made Snipes Whistler, like I wouldn't even be mad. I think that would be
Oh,
good.
No,
good. Yeah, that'd be a good role.
I'd be down with that. Yeah, I'd be down.
I don't know.
with
I don't think
Like-
he would do whiteface.
No, I'm just saying that like a race swap in that instance might be cool. You know,
I'm
like
fucking with you. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
you think I don't Dave Chappelle did a good whiteface. I mean,
Yeah, because he could work as a mentor.
he's not as dark as
Eddie
Buster.
Murphy, man. Eddie Murphy's skit on SNL where he dresses up as a white guy and goes to the bank and gets like the white guy
Yes.
privileges. That's a
That
hilarious.
That was hilarious.
He also
That
does
is
a good
hilarious
Gumby.
skit. Yeah, his Gumby's good too.
Green face was great too.
Green face.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Brain fart.
I just I was reading that in the private chat. Oh man, Tommy, that is absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? I just want to say how much I hate Twitter because apparently that was posted almost, what was that, 2 days ago? And I'm just seeing it now.
What?
That's horrible.
Hold up.
Oh, wait a minute. No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. It was
so-
1 hour ago. It was 1 hour ago. The original post was 2 days ago. My bad.
What?
Yeah.
But the update was 1 hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing it now. Just seeing it now.
You know,
No.
and the worst, that's so sad.
Well-
Because I retweeted something that Stone Loki put out saying that she was missed, that she went missing.
Yeah.
I saw
Well,
that.
I know everybody
horrible.
has noticed that at some point. Like, Twitter likes to do this little game where you might not see a post for 17 hours or something like that. And I don't care if it's somebody you follow religiously or not. For whatever reason, they just like to play games with it and see it like a day later or more. It's just ridiculous. And the fact that something like that a lot of us would like to keep abreast on, and to see that news like even just an hour later because the feeds aren't working on that stupid site is just disgusting.
It's horrible.
I do want to put out our sincere condolences from all of us involved with Rogue Entertainment. Lady Mist is a friend. She is a supporter. She is a mod on multiple channels. She is a very, very, very wonderful lady and a very, a very good friend to all of us in this community. And, just to give folks the update, Stone Loki put it out there that, and I don't want to share it publicly. I want to be respectful, but you can find it on Twitter. There's her niece, Lady Mist's niece, and the niece's boyfriend ended up losing their lives after an apparent car crash. They found the wrecked vehicle, and there weren't survivors. So it's sorry to say. And Through the Veil, thank you so much. Looks like you can get in touch with her Unfamiliar, and we can set that up.
If you can, please just if you see Lady Miss on Twitter, just show us some love.
Yeah,
Okay.
folks, if you see Lady Miss out there, please do show her some love. Hopefully, I would love to see if somebody could possibly find out her PayPal info, or if we can set up maybe a GoFundMe for her. I think that would be in order to throw some nice thoughts and something her way, especially during the trying time that she's going to be going through, with obviously a lot to deal with the grief process. So prayers go to her.
Absolutely. Tons of prayers. Lots of love to the family.
I'm
Yes.
sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news yet one again. It just seems to be something I'm good at, bearing bad news.
No, Tommy, listen, I know you've gone through a lot personally. A number of us on this panel have gone through a lot of personal tragedies this year and in a couple of years past, and it's just we have to be there for one another. We really do, because even with all the craziness, all the wickedness, all the shit that this world is throwing at us, we have to be there for one another.
Exactly.
And as long as we exhibit love, as long as we care, then we will be A-okay. I can promise you that. And, no meme intended this time, folks. Indeed, we are a family. So lift up your brothers and sisters.
I still have Vin Diesel on my head. My bad.
I do too. I know.
Family's
I know.
family.
But
Yeah. No. Oh, absolutely, man.
Oh.
Hey, Sven, you have no clue. You're following me on Twitter. Do you realize what you've gotten into? I asked Walton.
Yeah.
I am a magnet for trouble.
Yeah.
Tommy keeps us surprised. Oh man, my love out to them.
But listen, I know, folks. It's now 33 minutes past the 8:00 hour. We probably should. We're gonna wrap up here, I think, because
where's the Dark Council being played tonight, Mac? Do you know where they are?
On the
tonight?
Gospel according to Mark with a C.
Guys, please go check out the Gospel according to Mark with a C and the Dark Council. Our brothers over there, and that's a great place to spend your Tuesday nights. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you all for hanging out with us. It was a great show again. And listen, folks, we like to keep a little levity. We like to talk about entertainment, but we also like to, especially on my channel, talk about what's going on in the real world. I never lose sight of that. I always got my eyes on the prize, and I'll always continue to talk about that with you folks and have frank and honest conversations.
Honestly, Drew, I think Tuesday's been a great fit on your with your channel because that's what we do on Tuesdays, so entertainment, and we get into the politics of it. And so you've been really good about staying on top of that, man. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much again, chat. Without you, there is no us. Like we always say, you guys are indeed the greatest chat on YouTube, the greatest community anybody could have behind them, pushing them to make them better. And you folks are supportive, and I love you, my brothers and sisters. I do. And Shane, hold on to that, because Thursday is going to be really good on Pegasus Actual. You are going to love the Pegasus Actual podcast this Thursday. It's a huge episode, so make sure you catch that. All right. We'll go through and let everybody kind of talk about their channels and, what they've got going on. So we'll start with the Guinea Pig Collective.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, nibbling off toes and giving Walton a whole lot of shit, even though he pretty much has that handled on his own with his unique and disturbingly well-balanced enema coffee regimen. Take that, Tree Storian.
You're such an asshole.
Bitch. Yeah. Suck it. Normally we talk about old toys and old movies. I just recently did a very short video about a collectible toy that I found. It was kind of an interesting one. I didn't say what it was in the title just because I wanted to try to leave the element of surprise on that one. But make sure to stop by and see us. Make sure to subscribe to all the wonderful people on this panel, even that bastard Walton. And remember, you got to have fun. You got to be able to enjoy the things that you love. I mean, I know there's an awful lot that we could talk about what we hate, but it's so much more fun when you actually dive and delve into the stuff that we love. And that is the reason why we got to take a stand against this ridiculousness that they're pushing right now. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or shouldn't watch, because your silence gives consent. And if you're not careful, you might wind up getting a Walton's enema.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
I want to kick your ass. I'm coming to Florida to kick your ass. So for step number 1, climb that Yeti drunk 3PO. Step number 2, kick Tommy's ass.
And we go over to since we had
Nephilim.
For
another monster. Nephilim. Yes, there you are. Nephilim. There's 4 to keep you, hold you over. Thank you, another monster, for always making me say the magic word. Thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. Can't wait for Masters of the Wokeverse to come out. Oh God, it never ends with this stuff. It never ends. Our childhood's being ruined, erased, ripped away from us. And what?
Never mind. I was just saying it a funny way. If I say the actual word, I'll probably never mind.
Say it. Say it.
Continue.
So yeah, come check me out on Sunday nights. I do a live show. I talk about the UFO phenomenon, the paranormal, biblical prophecy, strange mysteries, and hidden histories of the world. We do it on Sunday nights at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We didn't have one this past week because of 4th of July, so we didn't do a show, but we'll be doing one this coming Sunday. And I have my co-host flipped out of the Fandom Collective. Drew, I think, will be on. Drew, if you're able to reschedule for this Sunday.
Yeah,
and then we might have okay, cool. And we might have I think, assuming he's able to do it, which I think he's able to, Peter Hanna from his Peter's Political Perspective. That's going to be coming on. We're going to be talking about the UFO disclosure and more of the kind of down the rabbit hole as to this whole thing and some of the subtleties that weren't in the report. So join us then. Thanks, guys. Great stream. And one more Nephilim for you, another monster.
All right. And we go over to the bear of all things. Bear, nerd fun.
Great job, Bear.
Yeah.
What is this with the tree? What
is it? Is this your outro, Bear?
Yeah, Steven, don't get worked up just because there's a tree in the title. Take it easy. All right.
Are you playing a section of this, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a look at Bear. What the hell are you doing? Is it
Bear?
Shit in the woods?
Bear.
Nerd fun.
There's
Hello? I was muted apparently.
Yeah.
Hey, this is for Lady Miss family.
Oh.
Let this roll. I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna do the outro. This is for them, not for me.
Okay.
It's been many a Saturday. The good days are away. No more tears. Give all your fears to the cedar tree. Climbing to the sky. Does the rain clean up day? No more suffering. What's to be gained? Planes and trains won't go fast. Leave them in the past. Many Saturdays, good days are on the way. No more tears. Give all your fears to the cedar tree. Climbing to the sky. It's been many a Saturday. The good old days are on the way. No more tears. Give all your fears to the cedar tree. Climbing to the sky. Does the rain clean the pain? No more suffering. What's to be gained? Planes and trains won't go fast, leaving the past behind. All right, that was for Lady Mistner family.
All right. So we go on over to Vinny Art.
Oh,
Hey guys. Thank you for another awesome stream. I mean, everyone in chat, everyone in panel, fantastic. Guys, make sure to subscribe, like, ring the bell for notifications on everyone's channel here. Follow me on Vinny Art. I just put up a new review, another toy review. I did a third party on Arrow from the CW show. This is actually a pretty cool one. And yeah, make sure to keep backing my projects too. Shout out to Kraken. That's the newest one. I'm working hard on it. We still have Through the Woods is available, City of Venus. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody again. You guys rock.
Yeah, and people can still get Shadow of the Kraken, correct, Vinny?
Yeah, they can still support it. Yeah, I'm currently still working on it. It's going to be over 50 pages now. That's what it's looking at. So yeah, I'm still trying to get it done by the end of the year. That's the goal on that one. But I'm a very trusted creator. I've had 5 campaigns already, all delivered, fulfilled. One of which was a hardcover book. So yeah, I'm a very serious creator when it comes to all that great stuff. But yeah, like Drew said too, we all like to have fun over here, and that's what we do on these Rogue streams most of the time. So yeah.
Yeah, support Vinny if you like. If you enjoy independent comics, if you enjoy good story, check him out. Very, very good stuff. And Shadow of the Kraken is a good traditional pirate's tale, but it's also reflective of history, and that's another big key about Vinny is he's respectful of our history, and he finds the rich tales that you can tell.
And you can also pick up Tartamella lotion with every purchase. So it comes in handy.
Stop.
We got to talk to culture about that.
The reach around, I heard too.
Oh no, you heard wrong. Unless Tommy's gonna work for me, he's gonna do the reach arounds. But
I heard Gage was going to do that.
I think Gage had the gimp mask.
All right, we
go
go
on the Gaze tax, ain't it?
Gaze has a hand like a mitten, like a baseball glove.
All right, we go over to another great artist, Machini 90.
Hey everyone, guys, just seriously, if you guys see Lady Miss, please send her some thoughts, prayers, send her some love. She really, really needs it. Not sure how to kind of finish on a high note with it, and kind of bring it up to here, but I'll put it this way. Thank you to plenty of my recent subs. We've been growing a little bit here and there, and I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate everybody who's been coming out to all of the recent draw streams we've been doing. It's been so much fun. Of course, I have a new video, a new time-lapse video on the horizon, possibly Friday. Of course, I have my Thirst Days draw stream, which that went well. That was requested by my fan base. So we do some spicy art there. And other than that, thank you guys so much for the incredible support and growth. Definitely, guys, please smash that like button if you can. Please show your support all the way through, and definitely subscribe to all these great people on this panel. And I do Rogue Entertainment on my channel for the time being. So guys, if you guys definitely enjoy the art that I put out and such, please definitely just subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And if you guys are definitely interested in getting some work done from me, I have 2 slots left open for commissions on Twitter. So definitely reach out to me.
Yeah, support Machini. He's got he's very underappreciated talent in our community. Great artist, and he really is awesome. And I know commission-wise, Machini, if people hit you up for stuff like, emotes and stuff like that, do you have the ability to do those as well?
It's all traditional, but I think I could work. I think I can manage. I think I can make it work.
So if somebody comes to you and said, hey, I want emotes for my Twitch channel, or I want
not animated, though. Probably not animated, though.
Not animated, but he could do traditional style emotes. So, so there you have it, folks. All right. And think that we've covered everyone except
did you
for
get-
Final.
the guy. We did final.
Did we? Oh, I missed it. He's so boring.
We'll cover the old man of the trees. Steven.
Oh, what is that old man? Tommy was just talking about his early 80s shows and show, whatever. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm gonna go urinate, and then I'm gonna drive 95 miles to my next door. But until I do that, I love you.
Street.
Shut up. Thank you for being here. Please support independent creators. Let's get please share out links, please, for Mackany's channel. Who else? Bear, Drew, Vinny, everybody that needs monetization. I want to get all these guys monetized. That's kind of been our goal for this year. I want to get it done before the end of 2021. And I appreciate you guys for helping us out and doing that. Please support your local creators. Share out links for all of these wonderful independent creators out here making comic books and novels and such and so forth. And please, guys, wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other. Peace and much love to Lady Mist and her family. And please go show some love over there, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Yeah, thank you so much, folks, for checking out our stream. Make sure that you come back and check us out next Tuesday for another great Rogue Entertainment panel. And as Amber mentioned in the chat, maybe her and Ords can come on and join us for the fun next week. So we'll see if we can't effort that and make sure that becomes a thing and put that together. I'll get with Amber and see if we can do that. All right. So take it easy, everyone. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, hey, listen, I know that right now it's sick out there, but there is hope. Believe me. So on that note, yeah.
They think it's right to murder. They want to murder. Look at all the people, and they get a kick out of it. A sexual kick out of it. The whole thing, I think it's sick. 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 I mean, I don't know.